told him to be more humble in defeat.
I would have encouraged him to really just sort of like get some distance. And by the way, not just for David, I always do that with our fighters. I try to tell them that right after a fight, if you lose, the emotions are usually running high, and you're very likely to make comments or say things which you will later regret. So the best thing is to say as little as possible. Better man won. It wasn't my night. And I will assess in the coming weeks where I'm going to go from here. End of story. You don't need to say more. And I think for all of us in boxing, we have to be a little bit less harsh on the guy who just wasn't his night. You know, we have to reflect on what he has done in his career and how many thrilling and exciting moments he have given to us. And I really feel that David is currently not being treated just because of one off night.
You at Golden Boy thought that Vitali was a better opponent for David.
Yes, we actually felt all along, and we communicated that to David and his team, that we felt because of David's strength is his speed and his athleticism. These are his main keys. And I was there when he fought ringside, when he fought Valuev, another big man, and it was really his speed and his in and out and his athleticism which just made a very robotic fighter like Valuev gave him problems. And do I think Vitali Klitschko is better than Valuev? Yes, of course, but he's very robotic. He's very robotic, and is definitely not as athletic as his brother is. And we felt that the strengths of David are going to be magnified in a positive way in a potential fight with Vitali. So my advice for David would be, look, come to the U.S., do a fight in the U.S. Against the like of Chris Arreloa or so. And let's do it from Los Angeles or wherever, and have a win, and then let's see if we can get together and get a Vitali Klitschko fight done. That would be my advice.
Interesting to hear what Ricky Schaefer says there about giving David Haye advice and him not taking it, and taking probably the wrong fight for him at the wrong time. But I think maybe he's made a rod for his own back with this whole idea that he wants to retire by the 13th of October.
Yeah, I think he probably regrets that now. But don't you think he's been given a bit of a hard time by boxing fans? I mean, I'm hearing all these sort of supporters saying he's no better than Audley Harrison. I mean, that is absolute rubbish.
No, it is absolute nonsense.
And I think he's got a bit more stick than what he deserves, I think.
I think he's done very well with the tools that he's got. I mean, he's a very short man for a heavyweight.
You know, he wasn't knocked down first round, was he?
No, and do you know what? He actually took a couple of punches, and there was one particular punch where you see him almost fall over on his legs, but he's so strong and he's got such great core strength that he managed to rescue himself at the last minute and just bob and weave and get out of the way once again. He is a very good fighter, David Haye, but he's coming up and against an amazing boxer and a man who has dominated the heavyweight division for a very long time and probably will do for much longer.
Yeah, and he wasn't disgraced, was he? I remember years and years ago I went to the London Arena to watch the other Klitschko fight Herbie Hyde.
Yeah.
And I got there and I was a bit late, and I thought, well, I'll have a beer. I wasn't working, by the way. And I had
Don't give me that, no. Charlie.
And
never drink on the job.
And I was wandering into the beer, and everyone was pouring out, and I'd missed the fight. It was all over.
It's ridiculous.
So I mean, that was an embarrassment, and I don't think you can put Haye's fight in that bracket.
Yeah, okay, maybe.